In today's video, I'm going to show you what I have in my gym bag. What are the things that I take with me every time I go to the gym, even though I might not use all of these things every time. So let's go ahead and check it out. Maybe this video will give you some ideas. First of all, this bag itself, it's really awesome bag. It is huge. It is the Wolfpack bag. I got it from my friend for my birthday, and I've been using this as my gym bag since. You could definitely travel with it too. It fits just so much stuff. Super comfortable, has these thick straps and has all of these different parts where you can put your stuff in. I've been definitely very happy with this bag. So let's go ahead and see what's inside this bag. The first thing that I find here when I open it is this other bag. So let's see what's in here. Inside this bag, I have all my bands. I have couple of different types of bands. I'll show them to you and tell you what I do with them. You can use them in so many different ways. I have this red one that is thinner and lighter. Then I have this black one that is thicker and heavier. You could use them, for example, when you're working on your pull-ups and maybe you're not ready to do the full pull-up yet. Then you can use these for assistance to make your pull-ups a little bit lighter. You can also do so many different variations of rows with them. You can do squats and presses. They are really great tool. I actually use them a lot for warming up. You can check out my warm-up video too. I'm gonna put the link in the description, and you see that I use it for all kinds of shoulder warm-up, for example. Bands are really important, and I have them with me all the time, and I use them pretty much every workout. Then some other types of bands I have here are these booty bands. So I have three different colors. They're all different strengths too. The green one here is really light. The purple is really strong. The one that I use the most is actually the pink one. What I do is a lot of glute bridges to activate my glutes, for example, before I do squats. I might do some lateral walks, things like that. And these booty bands are also something that I use pretty frequently in my workouts. And by the way, my Fit from Scratch workout plan also uses these bands. If you don't have that plan yet and you want to get started with strength training, make sure that you download that guide too. All right, moving on. I have more bands here. Now these are something that I don't use frequently, but I did use a little bit more when I had a shoulder injury. This is more like a physical therapy stuff, so you can see that they're much lighter and much thinner than the other bands were. I would do, things like that for my shoulder, just to help it heal. But these bands are not something that I use regularly, but they're still always in my bag. All right, moving on to the next thing. What's next in my bag? Okay, so these wrist guards, really good, really helpful if you like to work out with kettlebells. I got them years ago, I think maybe 10 years ago at this point, and I still use them and they still work really well. When you do, let's say, kettlebell snatch or even just a simple press where the kettlebell is sort of resting against your wrist like that, wrist guards actually take off a lot of that pressure and you're gonna feel a lot more comfortable. So I really love these wrist guards. Again, not something that I use every time because I don't work out with kettlebells all the time, but when I do, I always have them on. The next thing here, and this is very important, workout journal. Do you write down all your lifts? Because you should. That way you know where you're going, what you've been doing, are you making progress? I have used this one so many times. I've ordered it several times on Amazon and I really like it. I'm gonna show you what it's like on the inside. For example, here you see one day. This was August 4th. So you can put your date here, day, what time you started, when you finished. And then here are all my exercises, all my sets, all my weights, all my reps. I like to write it all down because like I said, then I can go back and see what's been going on and if I've been progressing. Right now I've filled out this one again. I think this is my second or third one. So I'm just using a simple notebook like this. It's in a pretty terrible condition, but that's all right. And same thing here. I just write everything down. And the reason why I write everything down in these notebooks or journals is because I don't like using apps. I don't want to add any more screen time into my life. In fact, I've deleted so many apps already just to reduce the amount of time that I spend on my phone, and I feel a lot better. And I like writing things down with pen on paper. So this is what I'm doing. This is what works for me. Next thing here, I have this ball with me. I don't use it all the time at all, but sometimes when I have let's say like a tight spot somewhere. Then I might use it to roll my shoulder or hip or whatever. But this is not what I do frequently. However, it's just so small, it fits in this big bag easily, so I carry it with me. Next thing, headphones. I love these, and not because I listen to a lot of music, honestly, but because I like the noise canceling function. Of course, you can listen to your music and still use the noise canceling, so you can only hear your music or podcast or whatever you're listening to, and you can just not pay attention to the rest of the noise going on at the gym. But honestly, lately I've been just using them without listening to anything. I just turn on my noise canceling and I do my workout. Also in here, you can see that I have earplugs, and they are for the same reason, because I don't love the gym noise. I absolutely do not love the gym music. So this is what I do. Either put this in or I put this on. Sometimes I even double up, because that's what I do, because I don't love the noise. I find that when I turn off as many distractions as I can and focus on what I'm doing at the gym, my workouts are so much better. I feel so much more focused. I'm really there for every single rep. I'm so much more aware of my body. And this is how I like to train, instead of having, all these inputs, music from my own headphones and the music from the gym and people around me. It's just a little too much for me. I like to be in the here and now. And that means that I'm going to mainly do my workout as little distraction as possible. All right, let's see what else is in here. Okay, we got some protein bars. My favorite protein bar right now is this Barebells. I also picked up this Nix because even though it's not as high in protein, it's much lower. I like how it tastes. It's literally almost like a candy bar. But what I have most often is this Barebells. They have different flavors. The protein content is really high. I like to have this with me. Sometimes I need a little something right after my workout, so it's really convenient to carry them in my bag. By the way, I'm going to put links to as many things as I can in the description, so make sure that you check out that too if you're interested. All right, let's see, what else do we have here? Lifting chalk. Really useful and something that I have used for many, many, many years. I actually checked my Amazon account and I saw that I've ordered it, I don't know, 5, 6, maybe 7 times, something like that. And it works really well. If you're somebody whose hands maybe get sweaty and you can't have good grip of your weights, then this chalk will absolutely help you. It will make your lifts stronger. I'm not a fan of using lifting gloves. I feel like I don't have the same feeling. I don't feel the weight the way I do with my bare hand. And that's why I use the chalk. It works really great. It's a liquid chalk, so it's not as messy. Definitely check it out if you're looking for something like it. A few more things here. I have another set of earplugs because, just in case, what if I lose the other one? Then I have a pen here, obviously, to write down all my lifts, like I mentioned. And I think this is my last thing here, Deep Blue Stick by doTERRA. This is something that I like to use if my muscles get sore or I feel like maybe I did a little something that wasn't exactly right. Doesn't happen often, but if sometimes my muscles feel like they need a little help, I like to put this on my skin. So some time ago I had a shoulder problem and it really helped me to just put a little bit of it on the area where I felt soreness, and it does help. Of course, it doesn't heal like big injuries, and don't rely on little tools like that, but they can give you a little bit of temporary relief, and I absolutely love this product. It's also really clean. It doesn't have any added crap. It's nice, and it's really good to have with me, carry with me in my bag. And this is it. That's all I had in my gym bag. Maybe this video gave you some ideas. Let me know what's in your gym bag and that you don't want to go to the gym without. And once again, don't forget about my Fit from Scratch workout plan. There are 2 options you can choose from. Both are completely free. Option 1 is with body weight and bands that I just showed you, and the other option is with dumbbells. So go ahead and check out these free workouts to get started on your strength training journey. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, check out the next one as well.